Well, one of the more unpleasant tasks that you have to do on the farm if you have goats is you have to remove the horns off of them. The only reason that we do that is because we sell these kids because we don't want males around, and most people don't want goats with horns. So we're going to take the horns off of these little guys, and I'm going to show you how to do that quickly and with as little how would I put it, little upset to the goats as possible. It's not pleasant, so if you're squeamish, don't watch this video. The very first step is that you got to shave their head around the horns. That way you're not just burning and singeing hair. And you'll notice probably that they make just as much squalling and noise about this part of the process as when we actually take the horns off. They more so just don't like being held. And this is a completely unique feeling for them, and so oftentimes they just don't like it. See the little horn tips on him? This guy's 7 days old. Now for a male, we really need to be doing this between 2 and 4 days old, but we just haven't had time to do it, and so it's gotten neglected. And so this is our only little girl, and she's already being a big baby about the whole thing. And you can see how small her horn buds are. They're just barely popping through, whereas the little boys are probably twice this big. So this is good. We're getting her at a good time. She's 9 days old. If we had tried to do this any earlier, it would have been too soon. But she, I think, was born a little premature. She was pretty small. All right, so we've got them all shaved, so now it's time for the unpleasantries, and we'll show you how to take that next step. So here's what you need to actually get the horns off. It's good to have a pocket knife. All right, we'll show you what that's for. We're not going to actually do any cutting with it. A rag, a Ziploc bag full of ice, and then this is called the disc butter or the dehorner, and this thing is very hot. All right, and so we just test it on a piece of wood to see if it's going to leave a burn ring on it, and it is. So now it's time to do a goat. This process you definitely need a second person for, somebody to hold that goat. If you were to try to do this by yourself, you'd be endangering yourself holding that hot iron. So this is what we do. Like I said, if you're at all squeamish, don't watch this section. When you do this is you want the ring around the horn bud to be copper colored. Don't leave it black, it needs to be copper colored, and then that way you know you've gotten a good burn on it so that the horn's going to be okay. The next thing that you do, take your pocket knife, don't use the sharp edge, use the dull edge, and you're just going to pop that cap right off. Just like that, it just falls right off. Then take your burner again and put it on that horn bud and just seal it off. A little bit of ice therapy, but really we find that this isn't so much necessary. They just want their mom again. You can see really that the goat is not traumatized at all. He just misses his mommy. Now many people advocate doing the burn for 10 seconds. I actually prefer to only do it for 5 if we can. Now these guys, their horns are a little bit bigger, so we're going to go probably 7 or 8 with these. And now this poor little guy His mom's way over on the other side of the pen. But he doesn't really seem to mind a whole lot. It's time to go back and play.